Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson number 49. My name is Professor Robert, and in today's lesson we will divide rational expressions. Rational expressions. All right, let's dive right into it. We will do one example and see how far we go. So let's suppose we are given an expression x squared minus 2x minus 3, and this is all divided by x squared minus 4, and that expression is divided by x squared plus 2x minus 15 divided by x squared plus 3x minus 10. Wow. Yeah, this example is quite elaborate, but we will use similar methods, similar properties of fractions and uh, factorization to actually arrive at the right answer. So let's look at our first part of our expression and the numerator part, x squared minus 2x minus 3. We'll have two parentheses cut out, and that since we have a coefficient of 1 for x squared, each one of them will have x. And then when we look at the last coefficient, minus 3, we look for two factors when multiplied together will give us minus 3. That should be 3 and 1. And because we are looking for a minus 3, then the smaller value is given a minus sign. Sorry, the bigger value is given a minus sign, and the smaller value is given a positive sign. So that in the end, we can have minus 2x. And that's now divided by a difference of squares, x squared minus 4. So we have two parentheses. And since the coefficient for x squared is 1, each parenthesis must have an x. And then we look for two factors when multiplied together will give us negative 4. So with that should be 2 and 2. And the one will be positive 2 and the other will be negative 2. So that should actually give us x squared minus 4. And this is now supposed to be divided by what we have on the right-hand side of our overall expression. And the top part of that right-hand part, x squared plus 2x minus 15, has 1 as a coefficient for x squared. So again, we open up two parentheses, and each one of them must have an x, so that when multiplied together will give us x squared. And then we look for two numbers when multiplied together will give us 15, rather minus 15. And that will be 5 and 3. However, we want to get a positive uh, 2 once the two are added together. So if you are to get a positive 2, then we must have a negative 3 and a positive 5 there. Okay, then we finally look at the bottom of the right-hand expression, and that's x squared plus 3x minus 10. So again, we open up two parentheses, and then we try to factorize our expression x squared plus 3x minus 10. Since the coefficient of x squared is 1, it means in each of the parentheses we must have x. And then we look for two numbers when multiplied will give us minus 10. First of all, that should be 5 and 2. But we need to have a 3x. That is when we add them together, we should get 3. That means 2 will be negative and 5 will be positive. All right. So now we move on to our next step. And that is because we have a division here, we need to change this into a multiplication issue or format. So we have x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3 divided by x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 2. This time around multiplied by the reciprocal. Multiplied by the reciprocal of the right-hand side of our overall expression. So this one will leave us with x minus 2 into x plus 5. And the denominator, its denominator will be x minus 3 multiplied by x plus 5. Okay, so once we're here, it's time for us now to simplify. We can start with x plus 1. X plus 1 doesn't have any number or any expression at the bottom which can kind of cancel with it. How about x minus 3? We have x minus 3 there, and also we have it there. So that cancels out. Then we can move on to the next second right-hand part of the expression and say we have x minus 2. So x minus 2 will cancel this x minus 2 since we are multiplying. Remember, we changed from division to multiplication. And then from there, we come to x plus 5. And it's true, x plus 5 has got an x plus 5 at the bottom to cancel with. So in the end, we remain with x plus 1 in the numerator part of our answer. And at the bottom, we have x plus 2. And this then becomes our final answer. All right. If this lesson helped you, don't forget to like, share with anyone you think needs it, and subscribe for more algebra made simple. See you in the next lesson, and bye for now.